If you're watching this video, you're looking for additional practice at ratios. Let's start by copying down the image of the kitchen tile floor onto your notebook. Now you're ready to start. What is the ratio of white tiles to purple tiles in the pattern? Well, they've given us the order for our word ratio, so let's start by writing our word ratio. White to purple. I'm careful that I'm writing them in the same order that are written here. So whether you're writing from left to right or top to bottom, be careful to be writing them in the same order. Now pause the video and count the tiles to write the corresponding values that go along with the number of white tiles and purple tiles. So if our ratio to white tiles to purple tiles is 12 to 15, I'm thinking, can I find an equivalent ratio? Can I find a way to simplify this ratio? So I've started by looking at this entire image, and that's how I found my ratio of white to purple. But now I'm going to show you how if I just look at part of the image, I'm actually coming up with an equivalent ratio because this image is repeating. Okay? So if I look at this, I can say, 12 and 15 are both divisible by 3. So if I divide 15 by 3, and I divide 12 by 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. 15 divided by 3 is 5. That's telling me that a 12 to 15 ratio is equivalent to a 4 to 5 ratio. Notice how the 4 to 5 ratio can be seen in the image. 4 represents the 4 white tiles that you're seeing in the corners, and 5 represents the 5 purple tiles that are in the center. The simplified ratio is one piece of the repeated pattern, whereas the 12 to 15 ratio is looking at the entire kitchen floor that we can see. Now let's look at this one. The entire kitchen floor contains 1,000 purple tiles. How many white tiles does it have? Well, we just talked about the ratio between white tiles to purple tiles. Think what we said the ratio of white to purple was. For white to purple, we said that there was a 4 to 5 ratio. Now, we're thinking about a kitchen floor that has 1,000 purple tiles. Where would 1,000 go in this ratio? 1,000 will go on the bottom, because the bottom is purple tiles. Remember, I need to be consistent with the labels on my ratio to where I'm placing my numbers. I'm thinking if I want an equivalent ratio, meaning I want my tile pattern to still be consistent of 4 white tiles for every 5 purple tiles, how could I have gotten from 5 to 1,000? Because I'm going to do that same operation to 4 to find out how many white tiles there will be. Pause for a moment and think what I'm multiplying 5 times to get to 1,000. If you're thinking times 200, then you're correct. 5 times 200 equals 1,000, so that means I need to multiply my white tiles times 200. 4 times 200 equals 800. If I think about 800 to 1,000, the ratio, I know that it's just repeating the same pattern over and over again. I wouldn't want to draw that over and over again, so I'm using equivalent ratios to find my answer. Don't forget to answer your question with a label. There will be 800 white tiles. Take a moment to pause and look over this question if you need more time. This next one asks us to find the ratio of white tiles to all the tiles. White is talking about part of the picture. All is talking about the total. This is a part to whole ratio, or a part to total. So let's start with our word ratio. White to all. Take a moment to count and fill in the numbers that go along with this ratio. If you counted, you would see that there are 12 white tiles in this ratio. You should have also counted that there were 27 tiles in all. 12 to 27 is my ratio. Can this ratio be reduced? Take a moment to try and simplify this ratio. Both of these numbers are divisible by 3. So I can reduce and find an equivalent ratio. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 27 divided by 3 equals 9. A 12 to 27 ratio is equivalent to a 4 to 9 ratio. Okay, a floor in this pattern has 2,880 tiles in all. How many white tiles does it have? All right, we've already done a part to total ratio. Set up your word ratio. Fill it in with the corresponding numbers that go with this tile floor. Then try and find an equivalent ratio that represents 2,880 tiles in all. I'd like you to try as much of this as you can on your own before watching the solution. Pause now. All right, we want to start with white to all. Again, we've said that this is a 4 to 9 ratio. We had already simplified that in example C. Now we're saying, what about when there are 2,880 in all? So we'll put that on the bottom where all belongs, 2,880. And I'm thinking, how could I have gotten this equivalent ratio? And I don't know off the top of my head what I can multiply 9 by to get to 2,880. So I should go off to the side and do the division. 2,880 divided by 9. 9 goes into 28 3 times. 9 goes into 18 2 times. 9 goes into 0 0 times. I know that if I do 9 times 320, I'll get 2,880. Now we should know that if I do the same thing to my white tiles, it will give me the equivalent ratio. Don't forget to write your answer with a label. There will be 1,280 white tiles on a floor that has 2,880 tiles in all. Again, remember to pause this video and look over this question until you feel comfortable with it. All right, now we've reached the on your own practice. I want you to look at this necklace that Mercedes made at summer camp. Try and answer questions A through D and record them to submit in class. Try your best, refer back to your notes or to these videos for help. Good luck.